Reemo get on that mic.
Yeah.
Reemo get in an interview. Yo, that shit gonna shake the room. Yeah, something's going on. You already know the hog. Everybody's like, oh, the fuck is this?
That energy.
Yeah, what's up? What's going on? You already know when the hog go, my creators. Yes. Here for another episode of The Cuts. You know what The Cuts stand for. Culture, Urban Technology, Sports. I believe we are on episode 140. Yes, 140. Episode 139. I had the dopeness and honor of speaking with Sharif Bab of Complex and BuzzFeed. I have another media figure, component, producer, analyst, journalist.
Happy New Year, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Happy belated New Year.
Happy belated New Year.
We talked about that on the last episode as well. Yeah, it's a little past that. But nonetheless, got Roger, my guy, Roger Maloney.
Yes, sir.
My guy. Roger Maloney, and neighbor of like 11 blocks. Literally 11 blocks in Harlem.
Literally, bro.
What's good, dude?
I'm good, man. Listen, man. Happy to be alive. I turned 50 it was last Thanksgiving. It was wonderful.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, bro.
I wish I could have pulled out, but I was handling some things.
That's good. I'm here now.
Yes. Where do we go? We're gonna go to. Let's go off the rip.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take of media versus journalism of today?
Well, I think my take on media and journalism of today is real simple. Traditional media, as we know it from news, if you look at it, there's been a lot of patterns happening. Chris Cuomo got taken off of CNN. Don Lemon got fired off of CNN. That was crazy.
That was insanity.
Tiffany Cross got laid off of MSNBC. And now what you're seeing is a lot of these journalists are realizing they don't need traditional media to brand their audience anymore. You have Tiffany Cross, Angela Rye, former mayor of, he was involved in a scandal. I forgot his name. They formed their own podcast.
It's
called Native Land.
Yeah, is that what Angela Rye?
Angela Rye, Tiffany Cross. What's the brother's name?
Bald-headed. They just showed it. Man.
Anyway, look at what Roland Martin has done.
Right.
Roland Martin used to be on TV One.
Right.
Roland Martin
Heavy.
Roland Martin filtered, doing crowdfunding for his channel. He had 5 shows, and so the media, the personalities are realizing you can control your own narrative.
No, that's what's up, and I want you to, and I also want to touch on you since you mentioned about Roland Martin. Shouts to Roland Martin. He just recently came out about Tubi, right? About the thing that Tubi is owned by Fox. If you do know, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people don't know, you know what I'm saying. Especially a good amount of our people don't really know of that information. And he was saying that maybe we need to stop, giving our content to them.
Right.
For you, as long as you've been in the game, what do you feel about our people or black creatives and black filmmakers giving our content to companies that really don't own the company? They're not black owned of the company.
Right. So there's two things happening. It's the same pattern that record labels and artists had back in the day.
Right.
You're a young musician or young content creator. Opportunity presents itself. You could be on ABC label, or we'll give you this money to be on this network.
Right.
If you're not, you're looking at your situation, you're gonna go for the network, right? What's happening now is that Tubi is owned by Fox.
Right.
So you got to do a little research, because I was saying to myself, the pattern always been, back in the day, there was CBS, there was WB.
Right. And
there was, a lot of those shows got started. Fox Martin was on Fox, In Living Color was on Fox. UPN was a Paramount station that had Malcolm and Eddie on there.
Girlfriends
was big on there. And a lot of those shows built that channel to the point, those networks, to the point they get high ratings, high Nielsen ratings, people watch it. Then all of a sudden what happens is that with Fox, Cedric the Entertainer was on Fox. American Idol took Cedric the Entertainer show out.
Right.
CW had the Wayans brothers. A lot of these shows just got canceled flat out with no final reasoning. Show.
Yeah, right.
And they didn't. Some of them barely made syndication. Lucky for Martin and Wayans brothers, they made the syndication, so they get the replays. But a lot of these networks use these channels, just build their platforms up, and then after all, they cancel them for no reason. Versus, Jerry Seinfeld stayed on forever, bro.
Oh yeah, of course.
Frasier stayed on forever.
Oh yeah, of course.
I love Frasier, by the way.
Yeah, right.
But that's the thing. So I think a lot of these content creators, like Roland Martin, who was on TV One and CNN, was like, you know what? I have enough of a stronger name, so I'm gonna create my own platform. It's gonna be difficult, but But I think a lot of the movies on Tubi, a lot of these directors, like, listen, I put a lot of investment in my film. I got in an argument with someone on. I didn't mean to get in an argument.
No, I mean
the Tubi thing came up.
Argument or debate. I mean, let's be clear. Because for me, I feel in this era, it's like, God forbid if you give some kind of pushback,
right,
or whatever have you in conversation,
right,
it's deemed as, oh, it's beef, or it's hatred, or you're just being aggressive, and it's like, wait a minute, hold on, let's stop being emotional about things, and let's really just have this conversation. You know what I'm saying? So definitely continue.
Yeah. So he was talking about. He posted the announcement about Tubi. I posted the emoji. There's an emoji that you have someone laughing on a cell phone, and I sent that to him, right? And he was like, Raj, why are you laughing? I said, I'm laughing because I think we always fall for the same okey doke trick. And then he was like, you don't understand what it's like to be a content creator. I was like, bro, I judged film festivals. I got invited to be in film festivals. I covered film festivals.
Did he read your resume?
Yeah.
Did he read?
This was a casual conversation.
No, right. But I'm just saying, but did he read the resume?
It's okay. It's all right.
Right.
It's all right. There was So what happened was, it was so funny that I was like, bro, why don't you just start your own platform? Then he hit me with the all caps. Yo, I need capital. I said, bro, just start with your film, right? Promote each actor, and then just do it again, slow build. I know a lot of times what happens is he was thinking, yo, I want to start from the top, but not slowly grind. And a lot of content creators figure, listen, I don't have the money to keep putting in the capital to do it. But eventually, I think if you love it, you're going to just keep doing it to the point where people get so used to seeing you, yo, this guy is consistency. Because it's all about consistency.
Right. No, that's true.
It's all about consistency.
That's true. And yeah, and I'm glad you're touching on that. And my grades, I hope you're definitely listening on this conversation. Yeah, I mean, listen, I get it. On one standpoint of the spectrum, I get it. You want to at least have an easy process, and then everything else will trickle down after. Versus, okay, bet on yourself, build from the ground up.
Right.
So that way you don't have to worry about being overly controlled or, oh, hey, let's say if you want to say certain things.
Correct. And
then get banned or canceled off of the things you said, hell, screw it. You did it on your own. It's yours. You own it.
Right.
You have the LLC. You have the trademark. You own it.
Right.
And build from there. No, you're definitely right. And also too with Roland Martin. Shouts to him once again.
Love Roland.
I'm glad. Yeah. He keeps it real, man. I mean, he keeps it real. I mean, regardless of how you feel or even how we feel as a black community.
Yeah.
Of what he's saying. At the end of the day, you can't really go against his word of what he's saying because he's done it. He's lived it.
Right.
He's a living specimen. Breathing example
of
what it is to do it, to build from up. He already was on the other side. He already was mainstream.
Right.
He already did the necessary things, went through the loopholes and everything like that. So now, okay, he went and got his own platform and built it from the ground up. And now he's doing his thing. Even I'll mention another name to y'all, and he got his own platform now and is killing it. Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith is on YouTube. Shannon Sharp just killed it. Like, Club Shay Shay is killing it, right? Football player. No one would have ever knew. Somebody asked him a question, Shannon Sharp. He was like, yo, did you ever think being a football player you'd be doing this? He was like, no. Look at Drink Champs. No one thought Nori and EFN would have had the #1 podcast out there. Look, Earn Your Leisure. Look at these guys. Matt Hoffa.
Shout out to them. Shout out to Matt Hoffa.
Matt Hoffa's killing it. There's so many stories when rappers come on the show that no one never knew or never heard of. So everybody has their unique niche and their unique cool thing. Another dude that I love on YouTube is a guy named JL Sports Brief. This dude started out in his Bronx apartment doing sports. Now he's YouTube channel got like 5 trillion views. CBS Sports looked at him and was like, yo, come do some sports commentary for us. So there is a long road, but it eventually pays off. You just got to stay consistent with it.
No, that's what's up, man. Let's definitely get with your platform, Efront, you know what I'm saying, Efront Media.
Yeah.
Like, take us into what separates you from the pack from all the other content creators and media platforms, and as well as what is the driving force at the end all be all with your journey?
For my journey, the name how I came up with the name Efront was I literally got laid off from MTV Networks. It was from Viacom.
Oh,
I worked at first I worked for BT in sales, and then I moved into BT programming. Then got opportunity to work at MTV in their sales division, working for the VP of commercial operations. So first of all, step one I had to do was with myself was just to learn how this machine and this business works from the inside. The second thing I decided to do was, I have a passion for news. I love news. I interned at CBS News, and I was like, and then when the advent of blogging came in, I was like, well, I started to blog. And my pattern in terms of what I did was, I'm going to ask interviewers 3 questions because I used to go to all the conferences. I didn't have no press pass, so I invited you to hang out with me at Advertising Week.
Right. Shouts to you on that. I made a couple of connections.
Crazy.
That joy was fire. But
wasn't that amazing?
We're going to definitely talk about that in this episode.
What I did was, I was like, listen, I'm a comic book head. I said, you know what? You have to put yourself in front. Good friend of mine, shout out to him, Derek Webster. We was doing some stuff together. He's an amazing entrepreneur, runs a small business entrepreneurship company that's called Open Door Arts. And he was like, yo, Rod, you really need to figure out how to market yourself. So I was like, all right, I said, you have to put you in front. So I was like, he designed the logo for me and then tweaked it. I said, I'm going to run with this banner, right? You front. I used to go to all the conferences. Make sure they give you a free press pass. I would just take that, flip it, and create my own press pass because I was already in the list of whether it be social media week or advertising week. Or I went out to LA for VidCon, which is one of the biggest YouTube content creator conventions ever. Not a lot of black people out there. When I went out there, there's not a lot of black people out there.
You gotta push that up.
But I went out to learn. So I was just anybody I grabbed and asked them 3 questions. What do you do? Tell me a little about your content and how can people replicate what you do? I just did that over and over again. And I just kept going, creating blogs, doing interviews. And then people thought I had a team. It was just me. Because I was an animal on social media.
Yeah, I understand that.
I was an animal on social media.
Nah, that's what's up, man. And let's really like dive into that too, of what you just said. Do you feel within us at times, as far as black creators and black content creators and black filmmakers, under the spectrum of black creatives, do you feel it's more judgmental versus actually doing the matter? Like
judgmental in terms of not working with each other, or
that we could go with that. There's many variables you go with.
There's a lot of variables.
Yeah, but let's stick to not working with each other. Weighing upon if one goes mainstream or goes on the route of their own, and as well as to just of the business of things, of how one handles business. Like,
take a look at how, case in point of the business thing. We have a mutual friend.
Yes.
Andre Mullen.
Yeah, shout out to Andre Mullen.
Shout out to Andre Mullen. Andre invited us to an event, a real dope event.
Oh yeah. Oh.
And then Andre could have went by himself.
Right.
He invited both of us to come through.
Right.
We connected based upon that. Andre was like, "Yo, here's what I'm doing." So Reemo, this is what Roger does, and then Andre did another event we met. It was a music industry event at the Dave Summit that he has his music panel.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Things like that. It's called Voltron. Yo, we got to link up. What can we do to support each other's platforms? Oh, I'm coming to this event. I'm gonna get you a free press pass to come to this event. Versus the other thing is, yo, you never invite nobody to none of the events. You never like show support to some other content creators out there because you never know who is going to be where and
what?
when, and who's doing what. So I always kept that in mind. In terms of building relationships and networking, you never know who you know. I know Andre and I went to the same school together. This is like a 20+ year relationship.
That's what's up. What
What
school is that?
I went to Brooklyn College.
Nice.
And if I hadn't met Andre, I would have never met you, and I would have never been sitting here today.
Nah, man, that's a fact. I mean, yo, for me, I always tell my creators, I'm reaching out to you right now. I always mention it. Networking is key. And even with me, even though, yes, my numbers are not equated to who I am as far as the energy, what I do, what I bring to the table, and that's not really on my mind, but my networking is just as much valuable as somebody that has probably 20, 30, 40x.
Yes.
Engagement or numbers than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's how I operate. I'm networked. If I go to events, I'm networking. I make sure I get this pinpoint person's email, get this person's email. And even with my team, shout out to the Reemo Morak brand team, Elizabeth. She's the executive assistant. She been doing amazing with the email blast. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Veg with producing cuts.
Nice.
And also shout out to the publicist, Maria, Mama, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mama, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, if you're not networking out here, like you might as well just hang it up. Like you really might as well hang it up. Like if you're coming into this entertainment space, and you're just here just so people can see you, and then that's it, and you're not networking, like it's wasted time.
Another key thing is niche. My niche has always been news journalism, asking 3 questions. So that eases the interviewer out because they're usually busy. I usually interview them on Instagram Live. You want to do Zoom, you want that, and I just kept putting stuff out. Another thing is niche is important. Like figure out, what is the one thing that you want to talk about that nobody else might be talking. Maybe somebody else is talking about it, but you're not taking it from the angle that you're going to take it from. Right. And I think that's where you can definitely win. I've seen people doing lifestyle blogs. They got the camera on. They videotaping their family. Then they doing exercises, and then they doing this. You're doing too much.
Too much, yeah. Because you're drowning the algorithm, and also too, you're kind of drowning out of your brand for somebody to pay attention to. And I'll keep it a buck. That happened to me. You know what I'm saying?
You get caught up because you think, let me try to do everything.
Right. Even with the things that I've done over the 17 years in entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Like executive producer, podcaster, media personality, correspondent, actor, A&R, you know what I'm saying? And I'll keep it a buck. Did it kind of hinder me? Yes, it did, until pandemic came.
No. Because we were thinking if we spread out, the motto was if we spread ourselves around, one of these things is going to hit.
Right.
And that's then Andre put me onto his amazing book called Niche, and I'm also reading another book by Bob Iger's book called A Ride of a Lifetime. How this brother stayed focused till he became the CEO of Disney, chairman. Doing major deals with, he bought Pixar to them. He bought Star Wars, Marvel to them, and all these, and did a deal with Apple. So his niche was, let me just take this traditional Disney brand, make it amazing. I'm going to show you the pieces that he got. He just bought, last thing he did was Fox and rolling out Disney Plus.
Yeah, that was huge.
That was crazy.
Still.
But he started out working in the mailroom and just working his way up. And those are the type of gems that, I keep myself encouraged and then following those models. It's all about niche. And Gary Vee is another dude. Gary Vee be talking about niche all day long. He's Gary Vee.
Niche and SEO.
That's all he do, right?
Search engine optimization for some of you. Listen, let me tell you something. Once pandemic happened, and I started really doing that. Yeah. And also do AI, when they started changing up. And then now with AI on Google, if you search yourself, it puts you in a niche. Like, hey, he's an actor, he's a journalist, this is what he does. AI is I ain't go front, man.
It is crazy. AI,
amazing. What's your take Because I know you're a big tech guy. I know you're a big tech. I'm gonna ask you this. Right.
I love it, bro.
Look and see. Look, you beat me to it. You beat me to it.
I love it. Imagine this. Who would have ever thought we'd be in a time where you have a platform where you could crank out a book, a couple of books. You could do. It could print out. It could, ChatGPT and ChatGPT-4. Now you got people rolling out GPT stores, doing many GPT apps. You could have little niches. Whoever knew that you could just type this thing in? Yo, I need an image for my book. Also, I need a YouTube script for my book. Oh, I need a movie script for my book. Oh, I need. I've seen people doing whole AI movies, which is crazy, using animation. And you one person, that is a problem for back in the days where you had to
get
network.
Everybody. Yeah, network and get everybody.
Get everybody. They might like your stuff.
And budget.
I remember I worked in BT program and people used to be calling and talking about, I have a script. Next thing you know, you seen your show on a network because you didn't sign over a release form, you didn't have nothing legalized. People used to it was crazy. Now you can do everything from your home.
Yeah, no, and listen, man, and I get it for some, like especially with the strike, right, that happened, the actors and writers strike, yeah. And I definitely understand it, but in hindsight, sorry for that. In hindsight, woo. It gets real over here, my friends. Sure. You gotta drink the water. But
gotta drink the water.
In hindsight, it was evidently about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because the technology, if you know the gift and the curse of technology, yes, right? Yes. Something has to be sacrificed. Something's gonna be progressive. Yes. But also something's gonna be sacrificed.
Yes.
So when it came to the previous contract,
right?
See, nobody thought. I mean, the owners did know. They
were using it on the low.
For me, I feel. I'm just saying. Yeah. For me, I feel the owners and the production companies of all channels and TVs and movies and had a good understanding.
Oh, they was using it.
Yeah.
They was using it.
There was a good understanding.
The deep fakes, the de-aging.
Yeah, it was a good understanding.
Yes.
Dog. You can't, it's a real hard sell to go, oh, well, I don't think we knew. You kind of knew.
You knew.
Now, for the actors and the writers and everything like that,
right?
I feel, even of my best understanding and feeling of it, was that, okay, nobody really couldn't pinpoint it on their end.
Right.
The owners in them, they definitely pinpoint shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the actors and the writers, because you're creative, you ain't
thinking about that.
We think long term.
Yes.
But you don't think like pinpointingly, like, oh, this technology is going to do this in this year.
I could take your image. Oh, I could use your image in a couple of films
and a voice.
And if you don't have a good lawyer, you'd be like, yo, didn't you say you can't use my image and likeness? Oh, but you only said in the film, but you didn't say nothing about digital. You didn't say nothing. So it gets tricky with those contracts.
Right. And that's the thing. And then, that's why we got this kind of like debate almost. But if you really have understanding of tech and you understand the business of tech, right, you're not really going to go against AI. Per se. And I get it. We still got the social and emotional, and I'm only speaking on that on an educational tip. Yeah, and I'm going to get you about that as well. On an educational tip, yes, I'm not going to lie. Doing a remote over a pandemic was kind of crazy because the social and emotional. But I had to go back and think like, well, here's the thing. If this happens again.
Right. I used to work for the Board of Education.
Right, I read it. I read that in your info.
As a substance abuse intervention prevention specialist, my job was to bring in, preventional stuff to help kids either stay off cannabis, stay off drugs, all that stuff. Plus, bring in people from various industries to talk to students a lot. And back in the day, 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016, school wasn't really rocking with social media like that. They was like They were doing cyberbullying presentations.
Right.
Versus, let's use this to really connect with them because they own it. The kids used to be like out You can't even catch students with bullying because by that time, you bully somebody, it goes viral. By the time the school hears about it, it's already out there. It's too late. Pandemic was like, it literally forced the entire school system to say, I need you to start using Zoom. I need you to start using Teams. I need you to start using all these platforms to reach these kids, because it literally shut the city down.
Yeah. And that's what I want to ask you too as well. What's your take on education more so pushing towards more social media route versus conventional? Because I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm not going to lie to you. The performing arts now, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's for what they teach or what schools teach or public schools teach, right? Kids today are not really prone, per se, to want to be an artist and draw like this, because iPad does that, because AI could cover that instance. Do you feel education should kind of start really? I'm not saying they haven't. I mean, they have slowly, but what percentage wise do you feel they need to start really kicking it up a notch and really even start implementing classes of social media, classes of new age media journalism in the school system? So
that's one great question. That's why when I worked at the Board of Education, I brought in DC Comics. I brought in animators, gentleman by the name of Fred Siebert, used to run Hanna-Barbera. He created Scooby-Doo, Fairly Odd Parents. He has a show. His company does a show on Netflix called Castlevania. It's an anime.
Okay,
it's off the chain. I brought him in to talk to his kids about animation. Also, another organization, Open Door Arts and Entertainment, good friend of mine. They always in the schools. I brought them into my school when I was in Board of Education to do podcasts from anime. Kids is learning.
That's what I'm saying.
Kids is learning DJing. Kids are learning performing arts, life skills, how to create apps, all that cool stuff. Another organization I brought in, I worked with. I brought my school to their event. Was a young lady by the name of Tanya Lewis. She has something called I Will Graduate Day. She has a dope documentary on Fox Soul.
Wow.
And how she brings hip hop rappers and doing like a summer jam type of concerts in Brooklyn. She sold out the Barclays, had a whole bunch of schools over there before the pandemic hit. And so all these innovative organizations are brought in to prove to principals and to prove to schools, listen, it's all about reaching out to our digital learners who are our students. Right. Also, it's not about the flash, because if I bring in someone, I brought a couple of gentlemen in from BET who was a producer for one of the shows, 106 in Park. And just because he was a producer, he explained to the students, listen, as a producer, I am literally doing math, English, science, at the same time, presentation skills. My writing has to be in point because he has to do pitches. He has to do revisions, customer service skills. You're dealing with talent. Talent can be, talent can be, and their management. So all these skills go wrapped up into what these students are learning in school.
Right.
And also what it does is it helps students, I want to go to school because I don't know what I might be missing, versus I feel school is boring because based upon it's presented that way. Now, there's some classes you just got to pay attention to. You just got to focus in on your math class. You got to make sure your credits is good. But a lot of these schools could be doing a lot of innovative stuff.
Right.
Reaching out to business professionals, content creators, podcasters to come into the school. The model I used to do, I would partner with the business classes, English classes, and during their breaks or the advisories, I would use that time to bring in guest speakers, or I'll do a presentation myself. So then what happens is that, one, it helps with, it brings down their anger, because you're like, listen, there's someone who I saw on television, or there's a job role that I saw that if I apply myself, I could do this. Even the kids that was selling drugs, they come to school, but you need to get them in business classes.
Right.
Why do we put those drug dealer kids that love to sell drugs in business classes? Because they're doing the same thing. They're just doing it in a destructive way. But if you could tell them, listen, You're good at math. You're good at adding. The road that you're going through
Put what you're doing in LLC.
Put that what you're doing in the LLC. Same thing you want to do. You like cars, sneakers. A lot of students love sneakers. There was a gentleman I was showing them who created his own sneaker store where we could bring in your own sneakers. He repurposes them and he became a sneaker reseller. Even YouTube and all that other stuff on their phones. I had students that she loved to dance, and I was like, "Yo, I need you to do like a dance channel, so everybody's showing how to doing your moves and stuff like that, so that you build a competitive portfolio. So when they get to college, they already know how to do a portfolio. They got a proof of their work. Versus you could go the other route. You was wilding out, you was running around. You got an IEP, and nobody wants to mess with you because one, you didn't put in the time. You didn't see the direction that you wanted to go into, but you wanted to take it negative. And one thing I love and respect about students is that a lot of these dudes who like to rhyme and stuff, these dudes is be on their phones just creating their own videos, which is dope. All that stuff is about creating a portfolio so you can present it to the marketplace so that you can get that, whether you want to be an entrepreneur and or learn the technologies that they need. But teachers need to really figure out and find those students that are gifted and talent like that and just bring innovative stuff to them.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about, son.
It can
happen. It can happen. And shouts to the school I'm at, RSA, definitely always pushing the initiative of progression and going forward.
Yeah.
And definitely I gotta have you talk to Miss Wilkins.
Yeah.
Shout out to APW. You know what I'm saying? Gotta have you talk to her. Definitely wouldn't mind having you coming up for Men's Career Day.
Yeah.
And definitely let's go back with your career overall. Of the places you worked at, or you were a part of, let me correct that. You were a part of. Which one was the most challenging, but yet you had the most fun, and it definitely ignited and progressed your career?
I think the one that challenging, working in media sales will do a couple things for you. You get to see how the money really moves in ad sales. Ad sales right now, because everything now is about ad tech, so a lot of the systems they used back in the day is all digitized now. But if you really want to get in the media industry, work in ad sales. Ad sales does two things for you. It's going to make you cry because you're going to be working long hours. But you'll understand why these networks go to the upfronts. What is that? So this is where all the networks get money from ad agencies up front, literally based upon Survivor or whatever hit shows, American Idol. It could be something on ABC or CBS. Super Bowl's coming up, which I forgot which network has Super Bowl this year. Is it Fox or CBS? One of those.
I think it's Fox.
Right. So a lot of those ad dollars are already in those shows. So when you work at media sales, you'll see how the pitches are done. You get to see demos. You understand market demographics. Which network is going after which demo? CBS loves older. You have a lot of other digital networks like Disney who try and figure out if they want to go younger and stuff like that. So ad sales was challenging. Ad sales literally used to make me cry because you're working long hours, but the level of experience I got in that was crazy. Insane. The one that experience I enjoyed a lot was working in BT music programming.
Right.
Music programming, you get to see. I literally saw working at 106 and Park. NSYNC came to 106 and Park. I saw Nelly at 106 and Park. Just regular. And then they're walking in the hallways. Mariah Carey coming in and what she wants. When Mariah Carey comes through the studio, everything has to be all white, and she has a particular side that she wanted you to
capture.
Shoot her. Yeah. Janet Jackson was crazy because Janet Jackson comes with a military unit just to make sure everything in the studio was right before she came in there. My wife couldn't find me when Janet Jackson was in there at the studio. So, but you also learn. You remember the episode with Free and AJ, and Janet was trying to ask AJ to dance.
Right.
That was when she came to the studio and stuff like that. So you get to see how to which artist comes on Entourage. Keith Sweat, he comes by himself. Donnie McClurkin comes by himself. Some artists that come with a lot of other members, right? the most influential person I saw at 106 in Park when Ed Gordon interviewed Bill Gates. Yo, this guy came in the building. He worth $60-something billion. Was in the elevator just by himself. Ain't more than Bill Gates. I said, yo, this is crazy. I said, yo, this is crazy. So you see the difference. Most hip hop rappers coming with entourages. Bill Gates is worth 60-something plus. Door open.
Billion.
And then he was like, oh, we're going to do just a one-on-one interview. It was him and Ed Gordon just talking about economic development, stuff like that. That's crazy to me, bro. So to walk through those halls and see all that stuff, you be like, it's like touching, you're this close to touching greatness of people you always wanted to see.
And looked at.
And then what that does for you, it helps you understand that we could be in the room and you could just be a fly on the wall, like the that movie The Butler with Forrest Whitaker, and you could just literally learn and listen to conversations and figure out how you're gonna figure out your next niche. This is why I go to Advertiser Week.
Yeah, let's get on that. First of all, I'm sticking my hand out to you right now, my brother.
Man, let's go.
Yo,
come on, let's go. And was that Advertiser Week something, bro?
Bro,
wasn't it crazy?
Yo, all right, my creatives. All right, how can I explain to y'all about this ad week? So it's literally, no BS.
Yes.
All the companies that you deal with.
Yes.
Apple, Google, YouTube.
Yes.
TikTok.
And the executives walking around.
And the executives.
Walking around. No security.
Walking around, no security. Walking around. Even downstairs at the fashion center. All those fashion moguls.
Yes.
Yo.
Yes.
Bro.
Yes.
I've been to a lot of events in my career.
Yes.
Ever since I've been in media. You know what I'm saying? Since 2012.
I was trying to get you to come earlier to see the real Jumbo.
Nah, no, but I was don't worry, my Chris. It's gonna happen soon.
Yeah.
The time is coming.
Yes.
I'm at that crossroad right now.
Yes.
But the time is definitely coming near.
Yes.
Right? It just woo.
It's overwhelming.
Woo.
They held it in the mall.
The old Manhattan Mall.
That's right, Manhattan Mall. You walk in, right? That was my fourth time going. This year was off the hook. You walk in. First of all, customer service off the chain.
Yes. Oh.
Good morning. How you doing? Executives coming in there. Not a lot of us is in there.
Right. We got to get that. Yo, that's why I was on live. I don't know if y'all remember. I was on live showing y'all what was going on. That's the thing. Let's keep going, and I'm gonna ask you on that as well.
And then Advertiser Week is it happens every year. Advertiser Week is a huge organization where all the brands, technology companies come together and basically show you what they got going on for the year. And the executives are walking around
and
just
we'll talk
giving
to you
free game all day long. We used to go to other events. Hey, man, nice to meet you. People be walking by us. Word, not Advertiser Week. These are the guys that sign the checks.
Yes.
That sponsor the brands, sponsor the ads, sponsor the networks. Netflix was up in there. iHeartRadio was up in there. Netflix had that big Netflix mall that you could walk through.
Yes.
That was insane. Google had the Google
downstairs with the car.
Google car. That's a real car.
Yeah, the Formula One AI car.
AI car. Yeah. It's crazy. This is crazy. And you could go up to, and then every event is an executive talking about this and that. I sat in the one for Participant Films. Participant Films did Al Gore's climate change documentary.
Right.
They did a lot of movies. They do a lot of movies with Matt Damon. They did, I think they did Black Klansman.
Right.
Literally on the panel with the president. He said, well, this is the model how we create our films. One, we partner with a non-profit organization. Two, we put them through an incubator because we have access to Hollywood stars who are passionate about Earth and non-for-profit events. Then they script the movie around whoever that non-for-profit event is about, right? So and then we roll it out, and then we just sit back. We go through our Rolodex of Academy Award winner actors, right? Hopefully, this film is so powerful that it creates a buzz. Once it creates a buzz, it's a wrap. Great for the organizations, get noticed, they get funding. Celebrities get recognition because they're connected with. That's how Participant Films builds their brand, and they giving this game out for
free.
For free.
Dog.
Issa Rae was in there. It was crazy.
Yo. Yo. My creatives, y'all know how I give it up when I recap the events. Like, I still got that. I think I still have that footage. I got to put that recap out because I had so much I was recapping. But yo, just the like what he's telling you right now, right, is uncanny. Like oh my God, bro, I was so happy. I was like, yo, I had to talk to God
because it changes your mindset.
Yo, I was like,
and how you doing things.
Yeah, I was like, listen,
yo, they doing things on a whole different level.
Whole different level.
They think about and then you start hearing terminologies like AI, and you might hear one go to the ad says programmatic.
Fiscal year.
They got focus groups for women executives. You can meet these executives from Facebook, Google, all this.
And they're all on LinkedIn.
They're all on LinkedIn. Oh, please, here, take my LinkedIn.
Here to my LinkedIn.
I sat next to a guy.
Scanning the LinkedIn.
You sit next to people because, again, it's all about if you're in the room and I'm in the room, this must be a great room. I sat next to a guy who ran an advertising agency. I didn't know this brother did this. White guy ran an ad agency in Virginia, largest one. He came and sat down. How you doing? Oh, my name is, I forgot his name. He was like, hey, man, and I told him, what do you do? He was like, I'm running one of the largest advertising agencies in Virginia. I'm just coming up here just to see how the big boys do their ad agencies so I could take down to my team. And I was like, wow.
Yo, oof. What is, all right, for you, we had talked about it a little bit about us, about how we block our own blessings in a way, how we treat each other. But for these type of events, why is it that our population is low? And then on top of that, follow-up question with that is, do we feel it's selling out?
No, it's not selling out because information is there and it's always free. What I noticed when I go to Advertiser Week, Social Media Week, Java Center has a huge event called BookCon. I went to VidCon. We're not at these events. We have to go to events that we're underrepresented. Because when I went to VidCon, it was the largest YouTube content creator convention in LA. I went there. It's not a lot of us in there.
That's crazy.
I was in a room with parents who their kids have like 1 trillion views, and the parents are there. They're on panels talking about how they have fan bases. Mr. Beast was there. Fan bases, all this stuff. Telling them, I just started organically. And we're in our backyards and we're creating productions. They're just experimenting, but they're filming everything. So they're doing special effects in their backyard. Like one kid's a gaming. I met a guy that has a whole father channel. He's just doing stuff on fathers. Then, when you get them tween stars, this is how you figure out who's the next hot star, because it was a panel with all these cool white kid content creators had a huge fan base. Girls was going crazy for these dudes. We've never heard of these dudes, but these guys have so much following. It's incredible. And then when you sit down and you ask them, and say, yo, man, we love hip hop. We just saw what hip hop creators were doing, and we just took it and we just created our own vibe online. So when we got brand deals come up to us, we have the numbers. And, and mom is there making sure that the numbers is right, and dad is there. And these kids are literally paying for college. It's a whole family thing. The family's involved in it. The family's being involved in it. Because they're like, listen, there's YouTube channels. We saw a YouTube channel is called Kid City was there. Kid City is this family that all they do is father, mom, and dad plays video games with their kids.
Nice.
Doing toy, displays and all that stuff. And his whole family was there. They have a huge fan base. Brands is coming to him, and he was like, yo, I'm just setting up my kids so that they don't have to pay for college. And if they want to do this, they can. But if they want to stop, they know that they have a huge base which can take them in directions where they want to go. That's why people are like, yo, where this kid come from? Or where this kid come from? VidCon. Everybody needs to go check out VidCon.
So, with you saying that, do you feel
you said selling out?
No, but I did say selling in a way of saying like, all right, because predominantly white people are there, and if we go, then we're trying to fit in. Versus, how about we go and we infiltrate the structure so that way it can come into our favor. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean with selling out. But then also too, I feel I'm gonna try to say as best as I possibly can. I feel it's like an alternate cool. Like we feel we're too cool to go above and beyond past what we create.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes. But the other side also wants our cool.
Right. No, right.
Right.
Right. But that's where the catch-22 comes now. Because it's like, okay, we have the cool.
Right.
We have the cool that could be profitable.
Right.
But then it's like, okay, we don't want to put a longevity on our cool, which is kind of weird.
Right.
And then, God forbid if you do, because you did it in their space. Right. Yo, you selling out. Yo, that's not from the mud. That's not. It's like, wait a minute.
I say no because what you're doing is you're using their framework, you're applying it to your own gift, talents, and abilities, and you're using that to create content. So every time I go to a conference, I go, okay, what's the one thing I learned today that I can pick out? Participant films. Oh, is that the model how they make films? Got it. So I'm gonna try to sit down and break that down in its bite-sized biteables where I could apply it to my life. But what happens is that we get overwhelmed with a whole bunch of stuff, focus on meeting the famous people. It's some other side panels that you got to go up where you get the nuggets. You get the nuggets, you go back and share it with your team, and then you apply it. That's where you got, but you still have to go because they have information that we need. Right. We're organically creating content.
Right. Constantly.
Constantly, right? Mm-hmm. What happens is that somebody in Nebraska will look at your content and say, that's a dope dance move. This happened with the TikTok dancers. Yo, that dance is dope, right? They'll do the same dance and they get booked on Jimmy Fallon. Right. Right? Right. You say, yo, we created this movement. Every platform we create, with Instagram or TikTok, people of color, we make those platforms hot.
Super hot.
Super hot. We'll come up with something crazy and it becomes that thing, right? But what we need to figure out is just take a minute. We might have to just follow the Black Panther model and just, we might have to go on the cover for a minute, really work our stuff out, get everything from the business aspect of it, trademark aspect of it, make sure our content's right. That's literally what 2024 for me is, just taking time and just going Wakanda forever, making sure everything is right so that when I come back out, it makes sense. Versus you putting stuff out and then you feel like, yo, why am I trying to take every time I come up with something new, somebody try to snatch it. Reason why you should go to Advertiser Week so that you'll understand that even if you don't have 1 million views, but you have something that is worth. Yeah. A lot of those brands will rock with you. You have to go and network with the people and so that people can see you and like you. It's all about people who liking you.
What beyond even liking you, it's just overall
they know where you work
need
ethic.
Versus want.
Right.
I think for me, I'm just saying for me, right. I feel a good amount of us focus too much on the want versus the need.
I like that. Yeah. Break that down some more.
All right. So pretty much put it like this. Okay. Yeah, there's an event. I want to get the content that I'm at the event. Yeah. But I don't need to speak to people that I should be speaking to. Right. And that's in that regard. Right. You get what I'm saying? Right. Versus if you go into an event, yo, all right, who do I need to speak to? Right. Okay, I see executive producer. I see, sponsor. I see brand manager. Right. I see, if you are a journalist. Right. Okay, I see publicist and I see manager of said talent. Right. I need to go talk to them. Right. Before I just go straight to them because I want to speak to them.
Right. Remember we were online at the Genius Barbecue event?
Genius Barbecue. Shout out to Genius on that.
The lady because at that event we walked in and the sponsor was it a perfume company? We were online to get the T-shirts.
Yeah, right.
Allison was the brand manager. I didn't even know. I just said, yo, this event is top notch. She said, oh my God, did you love it? I said, yeah. Good. I said, what's your name? She said, oh, my name is Allison. My company created this whole experience. What did I do, Reemo? I'm pull out my cell phone, record. Can you just say that one more time? I'll ask you one question. What do you think about this and tell your name? And because I got that one question, I was good for the rest of the day. Sometimes you don't have to meet the clip. We was there for the clips. We didn't know we was gonna run into Allison.
Right.
Right. And that's what I really wanted.
Right. That's the need.
That's the need.
That's the need. And that's where I'm coming from. I want my creatives, I want people, even if you're watching, understand what I'm saying.
I like that.
Because
I like that.
Granted, wants do matter. And shout out to my cousin, man. Shout out to my cousin, Reese Senior. Because I used to be the other way around sometimes. I used to be like, all right, the need is, the want is what your passion feeds. But he broke it down to me. He's like, nah. He's like, yo, the need is what's important. The need is the longevity because you need it, and that's what propels you to go further.
Right.
The want is right now is moments because you want it. You want that moment. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The need is the longevity because you need to keep it going. You need to have it move. You need to have it go forward.
So when you went to Advertising Week, you walked in the building. After you left there, what did you get from that whole experience?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. From that whole experience, I was like, okay, I'm on the right path. I just have to tweak a couple of things, and also too, it's great that I still. No, like I worked on my SEO 3 years prior. I worked on my SEO because had I not worked on my SEO 3 years prior, I don't know how well I probably would still maneuver well because of my personality. Yeah, but not as efficient because, like I said, with my SEO, I have LinkedIn, so all my stuff is connected. So if you look for me on LinkedIn, you're gonna see my content plus what it says I do. And then if you Google me and research that, everything pops up. Right. So when it came to, there was a couple of people I met. I think it was a company called Kraken, I think, or something like that. I met a couple of people from there, and they looked me up. They were like, "Oh snap! Wow!"
See? People be looking you up on the spot.
No,
did
right?
You go downstairs with the 3D? Did you go downstairs? Did you see the people that had the 3D tech downstairs in the the Barbie experience?
Yes. Yo, and also to all my creators to listen and understand. I'm reaching out to y'all on this. You know how I feel about it. You gotta go to those type of events because at the end of the day, not only does you sharpen your tool and also sharpen your vision, but also too, you really get to understand how business goes and moving and what is moving. Yes. And why is it moving?
Yes, yes.
And the who, it's 50-50.
Yes, it's true.
Don't expect it to be a major superstar. Not saying major superstars don't make moves. Yeah. But the ones that you need is the ones that you need to know who.
Right.
Because those are the ones.
Right.
Food, amazing. The drinks was amazing.
I went to
everything was amazing. Yo, everything was amazing. I appreciate you. I appreciate Andre, man.
And because reason why we did that is because here's another thing that I didn't want to just go to, because I've been there for a time. I said, who can I invite that this can also benefit them so we can have discussions like this and bring it back to the table and say, yo, bro, what you get out of it? Or what did you get out of it? Okay, well, I'm gonna use this. And we start chopping up. That's what they do. I went to Advertising Week panel one time. It was Jeffrey Katzenberg was on the panel. They asked someone, yo, who wants to ask a question? I said, yo, I asked Jeffrey Katzenberg he ran DreamWorks at the time. And he was talking about how he discovered Shrek. Shrek was a book, children's book, that his son picked up and said, Daddy, read me this. Jeffrey Katzenberg was like, yo, what's this? Right? I asked the question. I was like, well, how did you know that book was going to be a hit? Because she was like, one, colorful character. My kid loves it. He keeps asking me to read this book every night. Imagine if I make the film, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of other kids reading it and watching it every night. And that's how that Shrek came about. So if you're a content creator, you have a children's book, you never know
what you can do.
what you do, and whose kid has your book is going to turn into a film. You never know. Really.
Yo, son.
First of all, I was shook because I asked Jeffrey Katzenberg a question, and I was like, and then because sometimes you only get one shot, so I just took the shot.
That's what. Yo, listen, man.
Come on, Reemo.
Because you know what it was. Because it's not even about taking the. It's not even about taking the shot. I mean, that's the elephant in the room. What you got to understand is go outside the elephant in the room and understand what's needed.
Yes.
After want.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we all want something.
Yes.
I want my sneakers. I want a nice car. I want to go on vacation.
Yes.
Do I need it?
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you put your money to it. You go out with your family.
Yeah.
You need the vacation for your family because you want your family to have a good time.
Yeah.
Because that makes you feel good because you provided for your family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you are one that has a family, if it's for yourself, do you need the vacation? You need it per se in a literal sense, figuratively versus literally. Right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you just gotta focus on that need. Once you focus on that need. Yeah, son, things propel, and this overall, man, it's about being with the power players in the room, just like this man right here, Andre. You know what I'm saying? Our homie Andre Mullen, power player. You know what I'm saying? Shit, ad week. I went with Dre to SelectCon.
SelectCon was crazy.
I'm literally like I'm feet away from Stout. You know what I'm saying?
And Steve Stout is a gem because he just giving out the gems, how he created his marketing agency, how he does his plans.
Right.
How you get Jay-Z in that
commercial. Earn Your Leisure. Like, for me, Earn Your Leisure's panel, to me, really set the tone for me because, and even what they were saying about the media that we cover.
Yes.
All right, I get it. And even how you categorize your platform. Right. If you say podcast, you're limiting yourself.
Right.
Take it out. You're a platform. Yes. You are a television channel. You are a television platform. Yes. You are TV. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yo, man, these are the people that are in my circle, man. Like, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's who I always in my career, like ever since 2006. That's who I was making myself through because of where I came from. I came from mainstream. Yeah. Acting on Law and Order. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Acting on Elementary, acting on Nurse Jackie. Yeah. Being on, the set on the movie Friends with Benefits and stuff like that. Yeah, yeah. But once I knew how to get to the offices, the Silver Cup Studios, the Law and Order studio right there on Chelsea Piers, their home studio. You know what I'm saying? Maneuvering from there. Yeah. Getting to the after parties, getting to the network parties, the rap parties, networking with the executives. Oh, let me get your email. Let me get your number. Cool. Here's an email. Right. Blast. Then when I got to media, really took it serious. I'm not saying I didn't take it serious with acting, but as far as when I first came into the industry, I was happy-go-lucky. Right. Then transformed, went to another area of media. No, area of entertainment, and went to media. Right. And that's how I really started understanding this business.
Because what you did was, and this is for, a lot of people think that, well, this new digital stuff is for the kids. No, it's not. There literally is a guy who's an accountant on YouTube, and all he talks about is scams and frauds. Like, as an accountant, he will highlight it and just focus on, well, as an accountant, I would do A, B, and C. Maybe you're a business owner, and you just want to use content for your promotions, or your, maybe I need to get a YouTuber to cut a commercial. Mm-hmm. Or I did one thing where it was a gentleman who had his own Jamaican food frozen business, and I interviewed him on Instagram Live and just talked about his new Caribbean foods dinners that are going to be launching in stores and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that you can do as a content, but just use the content. The more you use it, and then the more you apply it, and then listen, you may reach to the level where I don't even want to use it no more. I really want to learn how to build it, and that's when you start getting into the whole coding and trying to figure out SEO and using Python and C++ and doing all the other stuff. Then because the another thing we have to be concerned about is you gotta be really concerned about how AI is gonna really take a lot of jobs and figuring out what is it that you can do so that you won't make your life make sure that AI does not take your life away. The worst thing you want to do is find out you got laid off because they can do it leaner and faster.
Yeah, without you.
Without you.
That's why I say I'll express it again. That's why it's needs versus want.
I like that, needs versus want.
You gotta be a need.
You gotta be a need. And it's okay to pivot just in case you see something coming.
You gotta be in this whole digital era and this whole era of where we at now.
And things are coming.
You got to be a prime need.
Gotta be a prime need.
That want look, it's cool to want shit.
Yes.
It's cool to want shit. But end all be all,
yes,
you have to be a need.
Yes.
The times of leaning back on things because a retail job or not even, I'm not going against people with jobs, but I'm just putting it in its perspective, right? Of leaning back on things where you wanted a human to do it.
Right.
Right? That's dead. That's quiet. You got to be a need. If you are the person that's creating something, and yes, you're using AI to create it,
yes,
and you knew how to market it and flourish it, okay, now companies need you.
Yes.
We need you.
Yes.
Not just want you, we need you.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to keep it going and keep stretching the dollars and go forward. Mm-hmm. So you got to be a need. That is the key thing. You have to be a need.
You have to be. I have a friend of mine, grew up in high school. She was graduated doing she master's in therapy, psychology. She's doing a YouTube channel and podcast all about mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Killing it. And she just started. She ain't even looking. I told she ain't even looking at the views. She's just putting the information out. Because you never know. Somebody be stressed out. She called me up, said, Roger, how are you doing all your content and stuff? I said, yo, use this platform. And then she started cranking out crazy, amazing platform, even past me. And that's another thing. We can't be mad if you help somebody out and they get beyond you. That's what you want to happen.
That's your fault. That's your fault. Ah, man, Roger.
Yo, it's a lot, bro.
We went there in this episode. I want to finally end it with this. What do you want to thank or commend 7-year-old you about what's happening with you today?
I think I want to thank and commend 7-year-old me that I had the opportunity to. One thing that was big for me is that my mom put me in church early so that I can meet some great mentors that literally worked in the entertainment industry that literally helped guide me along the way. Because if she didn't do that, I don't know what I would be doing now. It literally was literally that.
Okay.
It was literally that.
Okay.
And for me, I always felt that one principle I learned is you got to ask and keep on asking. Because you never know who knows what and who is connected to what, who could bring you into that next level and that could change your whole entire life. It could change your whole entire destiny. That can make your whole year move smoothly. Yo, this podcast is amazing, bro.
Yes, yo. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yo, we went there. Once again, man, reaching out to my creators. Let my creators know where to follow you at, man.
Yes. You can reach me at Roger Maloney, www.ufrontmedia.com. I'm on Instagram at ufrontmedia. You can follow me there. I'm on TikTok at ufrontmedia. There, I'm just sharing news stories, man, that are cool and that really can keep you engaged and stuff like that. And everybody, please continue to watch the channel. This guy is bringing some amazing individuals. Please support him. Please follow him and keep his channel growing. Because if you're a business, if you're a content creator, and you want that exposure, gotta come here, bro.
You already know what it is, man. My creators, you already know what it is. Follow me at Reemo Marak _ everything. You know what I'm saying? Go to the website, ReemoMarak.com. The store, I'm going to get it back and running. The merch store, definitely get the merch store. The single is out now. The new single out now off the Back to the Reemo series. Hookah and Gentrification, produced by DJ Chase and Worldwide Sound Records. It's on all streaming platforms right now. This is episode 140 of The Cuts. You know what The Cuts stand for. Culture, urban, technology, and sports. You already know how I'm signing off. Hands over the eyes. It's that 2 up. Let's go.
Let's go.
Reemo get on that mic.
Yeah.
Reemo get on an interview. Yo, that shit gonna shake the room. Yeah, what's up? What's going on? You already know the hoggle. Everybody's like, oh, the is this?
That energy.